Hey. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Glorious Pepe. So BubbleteaS Gaming, and today I'll be telling you guys about the Glorious Battle. So for me, I don't preview Pioneer stuff because like a lot of changes, and I feel that it's clickbait. And like after playing the event somewhat, I got an idea. When I'm confident enough to explain things, then I'll make the video. So I have a Pioneer account, but I really don't bother with it cause like from past history, it never is the same though. So like I don't really bother. So if you want chronicles that give you Pioneer access that is totally different from the real server, yeah, watch them. But BubbleteaS doesn't sell snake oil, and this is my take on the Glorious Battle. Okay. So Glorious Battle. Okay, what's the first thing that you should know about Glorious Battle? The losses are not like treasure seekers. I don't care what other chronicler says. They are misled by the beta changes. I don't know why they think that like beta is representative of real, and they just put a disclaimer and they think that hey, it's okay. No man, be content creation responsibility, man. Like if you know something is not right, don't report it. Okay. So what do you say about Glorious Battle? So for this, I'm gonna put Notepad 2020 out. I'm finding a way how can I do this like optimally. Wait, how do I want to position my OBS? Okay, Notepad. So what can I say about Glorious Battle? Okay, let me try and figure out a way that I can do this without like compromise. Okay. So, first of all, I'll start with the building. So this is the most important thing. So, this one is a niche building. It's basic caravan stop. I'm not gonna go into it. There's only one. You should probably do it. Every alliance does it, and it's a very good passive buff. Trading efficiency. What is trading efficiency? I'll just get to it in a bit. So, if you look at my notepad, I will list out the building first. Caravan. Sorry, I'm just like sick. My spelling's off. I'm gonna say the big X. Big X building. X building. You won't come up very often. Then there'll be a SWAT building, which is also known as. Let me see. Military. So military. I'm gonna call it SWAT. Trading, which is the 10th. Then anything gates, I'm gonna call it as just gonna call it as gates. They look like gates lah. Castle or gate is fine. People know what it means. And this is, I'm gonna call it a hut. So these are called buffs. So buffs are generally buffs. I'm just call it buff. Okay, so there are, and the main building, not gonna give it, so main building, gonna call it like just the main building. Okay, so familiarize with that term. So, okay, so in this event, what does Caravan do? So Caravan increase your trading efficiency, which I'll get into it. Military equals your Warhorn. Warhorn. So what is Warhorn? Warhorn is the thing here. So you need a Warhorn to declare a target. So for example, right now every objective is getting declared, so there are no more PvE, all are PvP. So you need a Warhorn to declare war. So every time you declare war on a player castle that already has been taken, it's a 10-hour cooldown. So 10 hours later, then you fight. If you declare on a non-player castle like a white one, it's usually a 10 minutes cooldown. So you need Warhorn to declare war. So when you win the war, you get the objective. So trading, this is to get grain. So what are grain? Grain are things above here which are called adamant supplies in the Glorious Battle. The more grain you have, the better. I'll tell you why. Okay. Then there are gates, which is okay, think of gates as position blockers or enablers. If you play chess, they are like the pawn. Oh, then I forgot one more. this is fortress. Fortress, which I'm gonna use castle. Okay, so then there are buffs, so health, defense, and marching speed, and casualty, which is the potion. So these are buffs that you can take in the map. So these are for combat. PvE, PvP, both applies. Okay, fortress is really interesting. Fortress is an upgradable gate, but this one allows you to cut short your march. I'll tell you why. And the main is whoever holds this, whoever wins. So think of this as your king or queen. I don't really play chess. I play Chinese chess, not English chess. Okay, so if you look at this, so what is trading? So you need, at the start of the match, you'll be here and you can take a war horn and trading. So okay, you need to trade to get adamants. Then afterwards, you can send to any objective on the building. So for example, if you trade here, which I am in logistics, so I can trade, you gain about 9,000 per hour, and for 10 hours you gain about 90,000. 5 marches, you gain about 1 million. So after the grain collected by a player is then contributed to the whole faction. So if you look up here, our fortress faction currently has 45 million adamants. Okay, I'm gonna refer to adamants as grain. So what does grain do? So every player that's in the gathering here, logistic player, needs to gather by doing trading. So the more you trade, the more adamants you get. And this caravan here, the big axe, allows you to trade more. So trading efficiency plus 10%. So if the more your trading efficiency, which can be affected by your buffs here, trading efficiency 25% or 2.25%, the more you can trade. The more you can trade means within the similar time period, you get more grain. When you get more grain, you can send to any building on the map, any building that you captured. So let's say after trading in the 10, I transport the grain to here. So I can transport 225 marches, I can transport 1 million. So if you transport 5 million, it unlocks the construction, which you can see it here. Let me put on my OBS. You can see it here on the right side, number of construction. You need 5 million to start, and the more they doesn't take up the grain, but you just need certain amount X to start. Every building will have the same quest type. Will have defense, army, and what? These are total bullshit. Do not upgrade it. You only upgrade it when your people in offensive needs to gather glory points when there's no war. The only construction that you should be really doing is for the military or the sword. So when the sword, you transport 5 million, it unlocks the war horn quest. So every war horn has a cooldown. So your main faction gives you one. Large military cooldowns about 1-2 hours, or like the cooldown is there. So as you can tell from the map, there are 3 different sizes. So this is small, medium, and with large. There are 3 types of usually sizes for the war horn. So as long as you capture, you get a war horn. The bigger it is, so like large has a cooldown faster than medium. I don't think there's a small, so my bad on that. So get your logistics players to trade with any of these 10 to get adamants. When adamants, and transport it to the war horn and unlock the quest for the cooldown for the war horn quest, so that when your cooldown is lower for that particular, you can declare war more often. So this game has progressed to the point whereby we cannot declare war on PvE anymore, so you have 8 war horns. Might not be useful, but it's good to have during the course. So do not transport grain to any other thing besides the military and the fortress. Okay, so gates like this is a gate. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me put down notepad. Okay, I think very little I need to write anymore. So this is a gate. Do not transport gate. Okay, so the reason why I say these quests are bad, because like if you're playing with a faction that has a max account, they're gonna send the max account first. no matter how much quest you do, the NPC troops are really strong. He's gonna knock them all out. So I wouldn't bother with it. So the only quest you should be doing is the one that decreases your war horn. Then afterwards, when you the gate and you unlock this thing called a fortress, then you get the buffs. The buffs, same concept. Don't send armaments there. Grain is only meant to get the Warhorn quest cooldown faster, and the fortress. Okay, what's so unique about the fortress? So the fortress is really unique is because like in chess, remember I said the castle is like a pawn, so this pawn is on steroids. So for example, if I want to reinforce here, but my main building is so far, so if I march from my fortress to the main building, there's this thing called resilience, and the longer your march, the lower your resilience. Sometimes you pan over to a march, you can see that, hey, your resilience going from 120 to 20. So when your resilience is low, it means you get knocked out very easily. That's why you see those big reports whereby a medium-sized or small player knocks out a whale. It's because this mechanic in this game called resilience. Okay. So that's a separate combat, but for now I'm just going to explain the basics of the game. So every reset, you get one Warhorn. So you Warhorn, you can declare, and you can declare all the way till you hit the main building. So, okay, what about the fortress? So for example, if I want to defense here, right? The fortress, see? All the fortress 21, fortress 19, fortress 23. So all the fortress have like, enables me to, for example, if I choose attack from fortress 24, it allows me to cut short from here, march all the way here, causing my resilience to be very higher when I enter to fight the NPCs. But so, for example, FDH have Fortress 24 has 120 million grain. It might seem a lot. No, one freeze march takes 100 million. 1 million troops is about 100 million grain. So the person will generally like, the banner is the one that will use up the resources. Please do not use the resource unless you need to take an objective, because like the shorter march allows you to have higher resilience, causing you to knock out other players. That's separate, the PvP part of the Glorious Battle, which I'll go into later. Okay, then these are just fillers like pawn, then all these are buffs, then these are castles, so they're just fillers though. So fortress is the most important thing in the game because it allows you to skip attack from here directly. So your armaments that you gain should always be for constructing the military to get the Warhorn proc and sending it to fortress so your banners can take the objective faster without losing any resilience or a lot of resilience. Okay, so one more interesting thing, as you can see from the map here, Long Reach, which is RUI, just declared war during while FDH is in UC, so probably we're not going to contest this, you can have it. So it's always a good thing to strategize when to use your declare war. So you know, if you've been playing this event, you get some faction leaders who are very anal or OCD about the Warhorn. Is because of this. Because like they can do it to us, but we can in turn do it to them as well. So do not touch the Warhorn unless you know what you're doing. So you can see by the declaration of war. So Scarlet Faction, which is the red, has declared war on this. So the interesting thing about this, right, is that if you look at this objective, which is S Merchant, I don't know, S Merchant what? That doesn't show me the name. Okay, this. Bizarming cannot reinforce here in time because there's a block. You must have a cohesive yellow. So for example, he can defend this building because he has a direct path, but this path, because of two red buildings block, it's also he can't reinforce. So it's always good to play around and maneuver in such a way that declare war when the other faction cannot defend, or do you know their timing, and declare war to block path so that no one can actually contest it. It's easier to find NPC than a player. So the thing about this event, Okay, I explained to you the building and what you should do with the ornaments. Please do not send ornaments to Glory Gate. Any of the gate is wrong. The only place you should send is Military and Fortress. Okay. Okay, so this is the building. And I just explained the block path. So always have optimized allies. So if we are allying with red, we will get them to block, and we can declare war on here, let's say. And RUI cannot defend because red is blocking. Yes, there is certain talents, which is this. Wait, let me which is certain talents such as this, like covert operation. Defend ignore blocking path. So if people in defense that can spec into this and have like enough glory points to get the last one, they can defend by bypassing all this. But I feel that that skill is very bad, because like if you don't have outs to lower the resilience, you basically can't knock anyone out also. Okay, so this is my explanation of the Glorious Battle buildings, and it's 15 minutes long. And the next video will be about Glorious Battle pre-configuration. Actually, this video can be 30 minutes long, but I don't think you guys want to watch me yanting out for 30 minutes though. So I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna break it up into many parts for you guys to digest. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. BubbleteaS signing out.